The former Bahamas Prime Minister steps down as party leader after a devastating election loss. And in sport, the West Indies head coach highlights the positives of his side's performance against Pakistan. I'm Ricardo Roberts, and this is Caribbean in 10 for Tuesday, May 16th. I'll be back with the details after the break.
Grow your business or promote your event through the services offered by the Caribbean Media Corporation and CaribVision. Our distribution provides a platform on cable, terrestrial television, and websites. We cover carnivals and events from across the region. We can bring your event live and alive to the world. For music makers, program producers, businesses, we can expand your reach to in excess of 2 million households daily. Our other services include news updates to enhance your media products, studio space for program and development. We can facilitate the launch of new products and services and training. Contact us and we will help you unleash your creative ability, develop products and services, and provide the medium to watch them grow. Contact Loretta Skeet at cmccaribbean.com or call her 1-246-467-1044 or 1-246-253-3889. Call and book your carnival or event today.
Today, we're racing in South Florida, opening weekend for season number 2. The field has doubled in size, more than 30 cars in action. We've got a host of fresh faces and some fast veterans. There's no end to the high-flying action.
30 cars on the grid for the start of the 2017 F4 U.S. Championship season. Rookie Timo Rieger in the 19 starts alongside pole sitter Peterson in the 24. Both get good starts. Rieger tucks in behind Peterson heading into turn 1.
Former Prime Minister Perry Christie has resigned as leader of the Progressive Liberal Party, PLP, with immediate effect. He made the announcement last night at a meeting of his party's National General Council, 5 days after his PLP's agonizing election defeat. Christie told party members that he accepted full responsibility for the loss. He said he had tried his best and wished he could have helped more people, but the time had come for him to move on. The former Prime Minister also sought to reassure members that the PLP could rise from the ashes and win again, as it did in the elections of 1967 and 2002. The 73-year-old Christie entered politics as a senator in 1974 and in 1977 received the PLP's nomination for the constituency of Centerville. Now, since then, he won 8 consecutive elections until he lost his seat by 4 votes in last week's polls. His PLP won only 4 of the 39 seats in Parliament, with the rest going to the Free National Movement. Some Venezuelans living in Trinidad and Tobago are seeking to draw attention to and get help from or for their troubled homeland. They're pleading with the United Nations High Commission for Refugees to urgently intervene. The group presented a petition at that UN agency's office in Port of Spain. They say democracy is under threat under the Nicolas Maduro administration and things could get worse. We get more from Cindy Raghubar Tika Singh of CNC3 News.
The group says they will continue to gather and highlight what they say is continuous injustices against the people of Venezuela by its current government. Heidi Dequez says she hopes Trimbagonians can understand what those living just next door are currently facing.
People are coming out in masses, in colors of white. All we have is our Venezuelan flag. All we have is messages asking for freedom.
Last week, the president of the Oilfield Workers Trade Union said he was in support of the Maduro government and blamed mass media for spreading misinformation on the riots taking place. But Dequez says statements like these make fighting their cause through international solidarity more difficult to achieve. Dequez became emotional as she pled with authorities to extend kindness when confronted by Venezuelans seeking help.
All we're asking is that the government ensures the human right and the safety of these people. You've never had such an influx of Venezuelans coming into Trinidad. I think it's just human.
She says if President Maduro does not listen to those opposing him now, things could become worse.
If he and his government and his regime get away with really changing the constitution, which he's now we're and maybe next week he will announce a date against everybody's will, I think we will have a greater situation of people trying to flee Venezuela for safety.
Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness has ordered all national emergency systems to be activated as heavy rainfall causes extensive flooding in parts of the island. St. Catherine, Clarendon, Manchester, St. Thomas and St. Anne are the areas most affected so far. Now, Education Minister Ruel Reid also ordered all schools closed except those in Westmoreland, Hanover and St. James. He says only students sitting Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate exams should turn up at schools that have been ordered closed. The island remains under a flash flood warning for low-lying and flood-prone areas. And Prime Minister Holness has urged residents to be on high alert as the rain is expected to continue throughout the day. Stay with us. Your Midday Sport is next.
Coming up on Honda Racing at Speed, IndyCar back on track. We'll recap Sebastian Bourdais' amazing worst-to-first run at St. Pete. We'll also catch up with the reigning Indy 500 champion.
It became a big priority for myself, for Andretti, for Napa, for Honda to kind of find something to work for 2017.
We continue our coverage of the amazing Acura NSX, the supercar taking on a World Challenge Sprint doubleheader at St. Pete, followed by 12 hours at Sebring.
West Indies head coach Stuart Law believes the regional side can take heart from the just-ended series against Pakistan, despite losing 2-1 in heartbreaking fashion on the final day at Windsor Park on Sunday. Now, the Australian, who was overseeing his first Test series since taking up his post last February, said the batting of Roston Chase and the wholehearted effort displayed by the fast bowlers on flat tracks was evidence enough to suggest the Windies were heading in the right direction. He said on Monday, quote, "We can take plenty of positives. Let's not dwell too much on what happened yesterday." Now, going into Sunday's play, we had a chance of winning the Test match and winning the series. I don't think West Indies have been in that position for a long time. And the way we've played, we got beaten up in Jamaica, but then we fought back hard in Barbados. We changed the way we wanted to go about our preparation, and we wanted to change our culture, and the boys really responded well to that, and we took that into this Test match. It was pretty tough on pretty unresponsive surface, but everyone stuck their hands up again. And Chase's batting was one of the highlights of the series. The 25-year-old was the only batsman on either side to pass 400 runs. He made 403 and averaged 100 with 2 centuries and 2 half-centuries. Law said Chase's heavy scoring and critical interventions with his off-spin had made him perhaps the ideal choice for man of the series. Over to football now. Defending champion Central FC opened their Caribbean Football Union Club Championship campaign with a resounding victory over Grenades over the weekend. Playing at the Hazley Crawford Stadium on Sunday, Central handed the Antigua-based team a 3-1 drubbing. Grenades took the lead in the 6th minute with a shot coming off the foot from midfielder Tevon Harriet. But that was the only goal for the side as TNT dominated for most of the game. Striker John McCarno got the equalizer in the 38th minute while Kellington Edwards extended Central's lead just at the stroke of half-time. Nathaniel Garsell made it 3-side for the side in 5 minutes before regulation time. That's Caribbean in 10. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Good afternoon.